Right guys, welcome back to another World Cup team preview series. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about Portugal. Yes, that's right, how they say it in Portugal. Portugal! I don't know actually. But yes, we'll be talking about Portugal in today's World Cup team preview series. Now, if you like this sort of team preview series, why not hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. And ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of these World Cup team preview updates that are coming out every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And without further ado, let's get on with the team preview. So Portugal are a part of the UEFA or the European Confederation when it comes to these sort of World Cup qualifying campaigns. And the nickname of the team is a Seleção, which basically means the team, or the selection literally means the selection, but it basically means the team basically. And a fun fact for you about Portugal is that, oddly, that Portugal have never ever been eliminated at the quarterfinals at a World Cup. They either go to the semifinals or they go out in the round 16, the first knockout game, or they get grouped, or they just don't qualify. So that's a little bit of a history on Portugal. I think they have the most amount of appearances, making 7 appearances, but never got eliminated in the quarterfinal. So that's an interesting stat for you about Portugal. They either get knocked out early or they go very far. Which one will be? Hopefully the Portuguese would like to go far. And they have appeared in 7 previous World Cups, and this will be the 8th World Cup in total as well. So in the World Cup qualifying group that Portugal were in, they were drawn into a group that had Serbia, the Republic of Ireland, Luxembourg, and Azerbaijan. Is it? Yes, Azerbaijan. They also had Azerbaijan. Let's not forget about Azerbaijan. Now, Portugal were literally on top of the group for the majority of that group stage campaign, in which they were ahead of Serbia, and it was only those two that were fighting out for that final and that top automatic spot for the World Cup. However, a dramatic late winner from Serbia meant that Portugal finished second in their group and had to go to the playoffs. And in the playoffs, they were drawn up against Turkey in the semi-final, with the final being up against either Italy or North Macedonia. Portugal managed to beat Turkey 3-1. Not the most convincing game, but they still got the job done. And when they reached the final of the Path C playoff for UEFA qualifying, Portugal may have gotten lucky here, but they got North Macedonia in the final and not Italy, how a lot of people had expected it to be. But in the end, Portugal got the job done. They won and they beat North Macedonia 2-0. And it meant that Portugal would reach yet again a 6th consecutive World Cup. And hopefully now it'll be a lot more of a better World Cup for them as well. So the manager or the head coach of the Portugal national team is Fernando Santos. Now, he is a Portuguese manager and he came into the team during the qualifying for Euro 2016, in which I remember Portugal lost that opening qualifying game for Euro 2016, which is the tournament they won. And Fernando Santos came into the job for Portugal. And with the success with the trophy he's won, probably not looked back since. Now, some of the star players of the Portugal team include the likes of the obvious. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, not to be cringe, but so okay, that's cringe. They also have Pepe, Rui Patricio, Ruben Diaz, and João Felix. Now, obviously, there's a lot more talent in the Portugal team that we can name. But how about let's look at how Portugal will be setting themselves up at this World Cup. Portugal like to play in a formation of a 4-2-3-1 formation, in which they have the 2 holding midfielders being the ones protecting the defense, and allowing a lot of the other players in their forward line in the midfield being able to push a little bit more further up the pitch and create opportunities and chances for their team to score. Now, some of the strengths of this Portugal team is defensive solidity. Now, a lot of people may criticize Fernando Santos's defensive tactics, but when you do have a bit of quality in the defense in order to hopefully have a bit of protection from the midfield and a very, very competent defense, then Portugal are very, very resilient when it comes to defending. Now, another strength for this team is the outlets for attacks. You have a player like Diogo Jota who likes to roam around. You have players such as a Bruno Fernandes who will get the ball and try to launch an attack. You also have Cristiano Ronaldo, who now plays more as a number 9 and being able to get in the end of a lot of crosses and a lot of goal scoring opportunities. So those are some of the strengths of the Portugal team. Now, some of the weaknesses of Portugal is that they miss chances on volume, which means that they do create chances, but they don't finish it off. They're not as clinical as some of the other teams. And, if one player is not clicking and the other one is also not clicking, it may mean that Portugal may have to adjust their system in order to create a lot more of an attacking threat towards the opposition, which is probably what some Portugal fans are saying about maybe it is time to let Fernando Santos go because of the inability to create a lot more of these chances that are finished off. I'm just saying. Now, another weakness, it's probably not pointed out as much, is a lack of pace at centre back. Not on Ruben Diaz, but on another pairing on centre back. If a player like Pepe or Jose Font are the ones that are playing in the other centre back role, they're not that quick at pace. So if teams like to really go at those sort of players like a Pepe or a Jose Font, they could outdo them for pace and, who knows, could score a goal against Portugal, which, as I said, Portugal are quite defensive and solid at the back. Being able to go at a certain player that does not have a lot of pace in them means that you are able to exploit that space in behind them. Now, hopefully that won't happen for Portugal at this World Cup. Hopefully not a lot. So, Portugal have been drawn into Group H at this World Cup as a seeded team. Now, Portugal will begin their campaign on Thursday, the 24th of November, 7 p.m. local time, when Portugal take on Ghana, a team that they played at the last time Ghana were in the World Cup, 2014. They beat them 2-1. So maybe hopefully Portugal will see a similar scoreline as well, a 2-1 win for them hopefully. And then their second group game, which will be on Monday, the 28th of November, 10 p.m. local time, so the last kickoff of the second round games. Portugal will take on Uruguay, a team that knocked them out at the last World Cup in 2018. They lost that game 2-1 with Cavani scoring 2 goals, and Pepe scored in that game. So Portugal will hope that they can get some revenge on Uruguay in that game. And then they wrap up their group campaign on Friday, the 2nd of December, 6 p.m. local time, when Portugal take on South Korea, another team that's known for knocking Portugal out. South Korea were the team that practically knocked Portugal out 20 years ago in South Korea, Japan 2002 in the group stage. And the man that scored it, I believe it was Park Ji-sung. So yeah, there's a lot of history with Portugal and their opponents. And so hopefully Portugal will get some revenge and hopefully get a lot more fortunes going their way at this World Cup. And will they do it? Well, time will tell. So that's it for the World Cup team preview on Portugal. Now, if you like these sort of World Cup team preview series, why not hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of these World Cup team preview updates that will come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And in the next episode, which will be on Friday, so happy Friday, will be on Friday, the 21st of October, and we will be talking about Saudi Arabia, a team that borders Qatar, the only country that borders Qatar, and so they practically have home advantage here at this upcoming World Cup as well. Now, if you want to learn more about Saudi Arabia, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss that video when it comes out on Friday. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one.